have 5 minutes to explain to people why they should join Toastmasters. Now, this was my moment, right? Because I have been explaining about why to join Toastmasters as a VP membership, as a president, as an area director. So this was such an easy question for me. And the people present over there were district dignitaries, division directors, area directors. They have heard of my accomplishments, but most of them have not heard me speak. So this was my moment to shine. And I spoke. This is what I did. I completely flopped this interview. My mentor, who was present over there, gave me some nice flowery words. But again, every experience teaches us something about it. Level four was also quite challenging for me. It was about engaging, it was about power in impromptu speeches. This was a project that I had. Here, now it is already difficult for me to speak on impromptu subjects, right? If I speak about impromptu, that itself is good. But adding humor to that is even more challenging. For this project, we had a very creative way where I involved my sister Alina, and we called it Alina versus Alan. So she used to speak about a topic, and then she used to tag me in it, and she used to put me in trouble because I'm supposed to talk impromptu for around 3 minutes. But this was a fun session. Again, my evaluator, DTMR Reach, gave me some nice flowery words after my project because I'm not really able to handle uh, adding humor to impromptu. Level four elective was managing online meeting. Now, Zoom is very easy, but GoToWebinar is a huge challenge. And to work with that was very interesting. I would like to thank the district for giving me that opportunity to try that project. Level four got completed and on to level five, the most challenging in the whole project. Here, my elective, I had a keynote presentation that I did in Arab Open University on Division F Education Day by Dr. Fatma Abdul. I had delivered a speech over there, and my compulsory project was to deliver a message with humor. Now, this was again a keynote with humor. This was quite challenging for me, and I had done this during my court presentation as a president during the in Australian College of Kuwait. For this, like to thank our president, Dr. Makloof. I had a call with him, and he told me how to make workshops and everything fun. So I prepared a lot during this time to deliver this keynote, and I was just waiting to see how the audience would feel about my keynote presentation, and I was so happy with the response that I got for this project. People still call me to this day telling me that they really enjoyed that session. Level 5 also got over. This part was quite eventful for me. I completed it in various locations and in multiple countries as well. I may have failed in a few projects, but the one thing that I learned from experience is that if I'm taking, is that I always learn from my failures. This project has been very interesting. This path has been very interesting, and I would like to take this path again because I would love to do this again. Humor is not my strong suit, but thanks to Toastmasters, I learned the tips and tricks to improve my humor. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Alan. I told you his journey is interesting and he is a good speaker. And I don't believe that you don't know humor. You are amazing when you make jokes, and they are very natural and simple. We have lots of people now entered our meeting. I want to welcome them generally. And there is one special guest entered as well, Cheryl Roche. Hi, Cheryl. We miss you.
Thank you. I'm here. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, Cheryl, for being with us. And who doesn't know Cheryl? Cheryl, they know that she has a full of energy that can fill a whole of thousands of people with energy and laughter and positive. Thank you for being with us, Sharon. Our second segment, which is the stand-up comedian. And this segment is done by the Club Laugh Out Loud. And who will be leading this segment is our
Wafa, it's you.
I will be leading it.
Yes. Moderator, it's for the other segment, not.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, so our we have 3 stand-up comedian, and stand-up comedian timing is different. It's 3, 3.5, and 4. And our timer, Dr. Fatma, can you tell us the timing for the stand-up comedian? Dr. Fatma? Yes. This is on 3, and the yellow will be on.
Each stand-up comedian, he will have 3 to 4 minutes. At the 3rd minute, I will show you the green background. And then at 3.5, I will show you the yellow background. Okay. And then at the 4th minute, I will show you the red background. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, timer, Dr. Fatma. So please, speakers, before you start, search for the timer, Dr. Fatma, pin the video so you know the timing. Our first stand-up comedian is a comedian. The way he do and inject fun in his speech has got a unique way. So let's see how he will let us laugh and what is his style of making us laughing. Our first stand-up comedian is TM Sheikh Bashir. Floor is yours. Did you pin the timer? Pin
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening. Wave your hand so I will understand you are live. Wave. Yeah, thank you very much. Today I am a stand-up comedian. I want to tell you some incident. Ever since outbreak of coronavirus, I have been messed up. I will tell you everything. My housemaid was cleaning my toilet. I have an eye on her. I went ahead and I told her, see, I want to tell you something. Don't tell to anyone. Especially don't tell to my wife. Because if you don't like, just ignore it. But don't tell to anyone. She nodded her head. I understood that she will not tell to anyone. I went ahead. I told her, I love you. She turned red. She got angry. I told, hey, I told you don't tell to anyone. If you don't like it, please ignore it. Then she said, Bashir, we got married 20 years back. I am your wife. You have never told to me. I love you. This is the first time you are telling. Since the corona started, our housemate stopped coming to cleaning the houses. I am the one cleaning a house. Oh my God. Oh, so I stopped it. So second time, I want to prove to my wife, I'm not the absent-minded. So first day of this lockout, I went to vegetable shop. I purchased 1 kg of tomato. I brought it to my house. I told her, see, I don't forget. See, I purchased as you said, tomato, have it. She said, Bashir, I did not tell you to buy a tomato. I told you to buy a brinjal. Oh, again I stuck up. From since that day, I took my wife to purchase the vegetables. Me and my wife went to the vegetables market. Before that, she used to wear the abaya, the Muslim traditional dress. In addition to that, I told her, wear the mask. too. So she wore the mask. Both went to the vegetable market. She started picking vegetables everywhere. So time was running out. I told her, see, make it fast. So because 5 o'clock, our curfew will start in Kuwait. So hurry up, hurry up. Still she was picking. So what I did, I hold her hands. I rushed to my house. I was taking her to my house. Suddenly she said, excuse me, our house is not this way, this opposite way. The voice was not my wife. I got shocked. So the voice was very nice. I told her to open the mask. I saw it was beautiful lady. That was not my wife. I told her, oh, for that I cannot claim because of her beauty. I told her, okay. I called her husband. We interchanged our wife. Since the day I started writing my wife's name and my name on, so I don't want to miss her. So after that, lot of incidents happened in my life because of broke out of this coronavirus. I told my wife, my daughter, to make some awareness. I told my daughter to draw some coronavirus picture. She has drawn a picture and gave to me. I saw that nothing was in paper. I said, yes, yes, darling, where is this drawing? She said, Papa, 2 days back you told me we cannot see the coronavirus with naked eye. So this way I got messed up. This coronavirus made me messed up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Bashir. And now our second stand-up comedian is our beautiful area director, Tabassum Ali. Let us see how she will make us enjoying her session and laugh. Tabassum Ali.
Achoo! Relax. Come on, you guys are online. You don't have to worry. The computers have viruses, no doubt about it. But I'm all stopped. See, I have a tissue roll here. Okay, I'll hold it here. It's capturing. There's a tissue roll here. And not only that, I have this entire package with me, a whole tissue packet with me. And then I have this sanitizer. And also I have this hand wash. Now you must be wondering, what am I doing attending this meeting with all these kind of stuff? Let me tell you a secret. If it was not for virtual background, I'm sitting in my toilet right now. What to do? This is the only place where I have privacy. No other privacy is left anywhere. I'm sure most of you here whose screens are off would be doing similarly, right? Yeah, I know, it's okay, it's okay. No need to admit, relax. Now, why are people are surprised all over the world? People stocking toilet roll, toilet roll. Amabai, is there a need to be surprised? People are also stocking food. Now, when they pile up food on food on food, definitely what will happen? As a TMOD, a district director of BAFA, she has a quote which she says, Karma. Karma means what goes round comes round. So obviously, what goes in will come. Yes. And then what you have to do is wash your hands with soap for 20 seconds and sing, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. 2 times. Now, you know what's going on in most of the men's mind? It must be, go Corona, go Corona, go. No, not because they're scared of Corona, but they're scared of this curfew and that they have to sit with their wives. They are most scared with their wives, and especially Bashir. As you heard, Bashir, yeah, he will sit and at least he'll recognize who his wife is. So this curfew, please know who your wife is and don't get confused. Everywhere outside it's under curfew. The only place which does not have a curfew is my kitchen. 24/7 it's open. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and also a midnight snack. In fact, I told my husband, excuse me, have you seen everybody laughing for the nurses and doctor? You know, it's time you start clapping for me. Time clap for me. My husband told, clapping, darling. You know, if you deserve clap, I deserve a bravery award for eating your food for the last 20 years. Listen, it's not my fault. Yeah, when we got married 20 years back, I told him clearly, look here, I don't know how to cook, okay? And he was like, darling, it's okay. I know how to cook. But now he tells me, yeah, but I didn't know after 20 years also you don't know how to cook. He says, I don't just cook to feed, I basically cook to kill. But then on second thought, he said, I think, darling, I should give you this bravery award. Finally, he said, because of your cooking, our immunity system is very strong that we can fight any corona. And if a corona enters our house, it will automatically die with the smell of your cooking. Well, that's not true. I say, all of you, be safe at home. And if you want to be safe at home, help your wife a little bit of cooking. And important, the golden rule. Remember the golden rule. Which rule? Wash your hands with soap for 20 seconds and sing happy birthday to you 2 times. Back to you.
Thank you, Tabassum Ali. Now, our third stand-up comedian is, she's always saying that I don't know to speak in a humor. I'm not a humorous speaker at all. However, she is. And now you will discover how she gives humor to us. Last year, she was a champion in a humorous contest, and this year too. So let's hear from our third stand-up comedian, Arij Jafar, DTM. Help me welcome Arij.
Thank you, DTM Wafa, but I hope that our moderator, Faisal, please, can I open my camera? Okay, thank you. Okay. No virtual background. My head is all full. I'm fine now. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, everyone. I believe that you all are staying at your home right now, right? Raise your hand if you are staying home, or do the reaction. Yes, yes, yeah. As if you can do something else or you go anywhere else. Stay home. Be safe and stay home. So let me tell you something. I noticed that everyone is worrying about coronavirus thing. Yes, I know, me too are talking about coronavirus. People are scared and worrying. Do I have it? Do I have it? Am I coughing? Am I coughing? Is my body hot? Yes, it is. Anyway, but let me tell you something that all scientifics has assured to us and told us the side effects of, or not the side effects, the symptoms about coronavirus, which is fever, dry cough, and throat pain. But do you know that there is untold side effects or untold scientific symptoms of coronavirus? Do you know that? Do you have any idea about them? Don't worry, I am here to help you to learn what is the untold coronavirus side effects. Well, and before I do that, I want you all to be very comfortable, very happy, because I have a good news for all of you. You all have coronavirus. Yes, me too. Let me tell you why. What is those side effects? First thing, coronavirus will make you run fast. That day I was in the supermarket with my sister and I was shopping with her with my trolley, of course, wearing gloves and masks. Suddenly, a guy sneezed. Achoo! And I ran very fast, more than Sonic. And then my sister was shouting, "Hey, where are you going? What about me?" I said, "It's okay. It's over. It's already too late. You had your life. I need to get married. I'm not married yet." So coronavirus is there to help us. It's there not to help us. It will make you run fast. And it is a side effect because sometimes your feet will be swollen. Well, coronavirus untold side effects. Speaking. Yes, and I'm saying this to you, all of you Toastmasters members. Speaking. It's one of the side effects of Toastmasters, of coronavirus. Because we are stuck at home and now we are forced to speak to our parents and family. And you know, we are learning a lot of new things about them. You know, "Oh, Mama, seriously? You have 5 kids? I didn't know that." And you know, because we are fed up from everything we are doing, we are speaking to everyone. And I even sat with my nephew who's 2-month-old and I was discussing with him very real issues like, do you think that the oil economy will be getting very high later after Corona things? Well, coronavirus untold side effects, it's paranoia. You know, that day I was watching TV with my mom and then I was eating popcorn and I shocked with one of popcorn. Then my mom, she gave me this look. "What, Mama? Why are you looking at me like this?" "Nothing, nothing." "Mama, who you are calling?" No one, no one. Hello? Ministry of Health? Yes, I want to report a case. Mom! So ladies and gentlemen, staying home, be safe, and you have to know that we all have coronavirus right now. I wish you all to be health and wealth. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Arish, for that mini speech. Now we have several things as Toastmaster of the day. I will tell you. First of all, we need to give a big round of applause, so unmute and stand ovation, because Alan has finished a full path, and it's tradition to give a stand-up ovation if we were physically there. So.
Hey!
See our team standing ovation online. Wow. Thank you so much.
Second thing, I want all people to open their cameras so we can have a screenshot for all the cameras, and the host will do that. When they
Camera is not on.
cameras, we can take the video.
Camera is not on.
Host, please help people that they
I
can.
request you all to please on your camera.
Yes. Yes, disable everybody's camera, the moderator.
Okay.
Camera is visible as well.
Host will help you now. Faisal. Anybody is facing any problem?
Yeah, it is not. Yeah, it is not.
Okay.
I can't.
Hello.
It is under curfew.
Camera hosted has disabled it.
Who's clicking?
Did you click it?
There are still people. They do
I
not
think they are all
have
posing.
camera.
No one is clicking.
You cannot start your video because the host has disabled it.
Can
disabled it.
someone just take a pic now? I'm ready with the pose.
Disabled. Disabled.
Faisal, take a pic fast.
Done?
Faisal.
Is it done?
We are not
Faisal?
able to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, now okay. Congratulations.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah.
Is it done?
Yes.
Okay, great. And now we need to vote for the best stand-up comedian. Timer, are all stand-up comedian within the time timer?
Actually, we had 3 stand-up comedians. Toastmaster Bashir, he spent 4 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. The second speaker, Toastmaster Tabassum, she took 4 minutes, 15 seconds. The third is Diti Amarij, and she took 4 minutes, 35 seconds. So if we don't have a grace period that is 30 seconds over the 4 minutes, that means that all of them are not qualified.
Do we have or we don't have? Where is our president?
Yes,
President.
yes, we have 30 minutes after the
30
grace period.
seconds.
30 seconds, yeah.
So that means that we have 2 qualified speakers, Toastmaster Bashir and Toastmaster Tabassum. But usually in the first online meeting, we usually make it an exception and we include all the speakers in the segment. So if you vote for that, it's okay. It's up to you.
Okay, where is the poll? Host. Okay, great.
Alan is not a stand-up comedian, he's a speaker.
Okay, whom do we have to vote? Who is the vote counter?
Sheikh Bashir,
host.
Tabassum, Arij.
Arij. Okay.
No, no.
Thank you.
Sheikh Bashir, Tabassum, Arij. Alan is not part of this.
Okay, we understood. Who is the vote counter?
There's a poll which is
Faisal,
launched right now. You might be seeing it.
Who is the vote counter?
Automatically,
Faisal,
the host. Dr.
Host?
Makhlouf, the host. So it's automatically done. Two more seconds, done. So we can end the poll, host. Thank you very much. You will tell the results later. Thank you very much, host. And now I want to ask a question. As per the agenda, now we are 7:32. It means we have to skip the table topics. To go with the agenda, we have to skip the table topics. Is that okay?
Yes.
I know that table topics is amazing in LOL. However, there are people from outside and they have this specific time to spend with us. So what do we think? Can we have a thumb up if you want to skip the table topics?
So can we have it at the end? Yeah, table topic at the end after evaluation.
Okay, fine. So let's move to the second segment, which is skip the table topics now. And
So can we just, yeah, if you don't, TMOD, then can we have an agenda? Can we raise a motion that we will shift it towards the end?
Okay, somebody raise a motion to shift the table topics till the end of the meeting. Either member of CAP.
Yeah.
Yes, Tabassum.
I, Tabassum Ali, member of Kuwait Advance, as well as a member of Lahore Cloud Club, I would like to raise a motion that the table topic segment be conducted towards the end after the evaluation and a keynote speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tabassum. We have a motion on the floor. Is there any second for that motion?
I, Srinivas Chalapati, second the motion raised by Tabassum Ali.
Super. So we have a motion to move the table topics towards the end of the meeting, and we have Srinivas second the motion. Can we have a vote for this motion? Can you raise hand on the chat box? Thumb up on the chat box. Or reaction, doesn't matter. Okay, it seems we have good number. We have good number. But I don't know the number, but we have good number. So we will move it till the end of the meeting. Now let's move to the second segment. And the second segment, I will not be the Toastmaster of the day. By that, my role as a Toastmaster for the first segment is done. And our second segment, Toastmaster of the day, is DTM Morali Manohar, our Division E Director. So thank you very much, Odeon, for being an amazing audience and give me a great experience. And now we will go back to our second Toastmaster of the day, Morali Manohar.
Thank you very much, our District Director, DTM Wafa Salman. A big applause to her. Toastmasters, fraternity, and guests from world over. Would you like to learn a simple technique to boost your public speaking? Perhaps a shortcut to speech preparation and a natural way to get ideas out of your head. Get ready to discover vitamin C for your brain. In this education session, you will learn tips to save writing any types of presentation, discover how to quickly sort your thoughts, sort S-O-R-T, your thoughts, and revisit how you organize and finish a speech. Our guest speaker shares insights with us from over 3 decades as a professional speaker and as an international trainer. If you have attended DTAC 2019 in Bahrain, you met her as she was a featured speaker on the main stage. Cheryl Roche has given well over 3,500 presentations in 12 countries. She also started the Speakers Bureau for the US Olympic Training Center in San Diego and coached our own Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster member, Toastmaster Isham, to become Kuwait's first district speech winner. In Toastmaster, she is honored with Elite Accredited Speaker designation earned for outstanding public speaking skills, which was judged in 6 categories of presentation. Since 1981, there have been only 87 honors in 143 countries, and she was the youngest woman to earn these credentials in 1993. A 17-time published author, the Heart of Toastmaster book received Best Anthology from the International Book Awards. Please help me welcome with our session on using mind mapping to easily craft a speech, DTM Cheryl Roche. Cheryl Roche, thank you, welcome. Cheryl Roche will have 25 minutes of speech, and I would love to have our timer give the timing. DTM Cheryl?
Yes.
The timer is Dr. Fatima Abdu. You can see in the screen and pin her.
I'm here. Yes.
And she will give the timing for you. By the way, DTM Cheryl has given us one paper, which I cannot send it to you in this. However, I will share it with you. Yes, I will share it with you later on in person. Thank you.
Wow, are you ready to have some fun? Yay! Unlike our stand-up comedians who were sitting down, I am actually standing up. So I think it's great for our practice, and it's better for our lungs to be practicing speaking even online when we are standing up. How is my volume? Yes? Volume is good. I am using a special Snowball podcast microphone here. So yes, there is a resource handout that will be sent to you. So here's what I'd like you to do straight away to get started. Take a sheet of paper, a blank sheet of paper, grab a blank sheet of paper and a pen, and draw something that looks like this. Does it look familiar? Yes? It's kind of like it's our happy sun. It's a happy sun. There you go. Thank you. Okay, good. So it's a happy sun. And since our theme tonight is vitamin C, when we think about vitamin C, we know that the sun is very good for keeping us healthy. Coronavirus does not stand a chance with us. When we take our vitamin C, our zinc, our niacin, and we get outside and we have some sunshine. So what we'll be doing in this session is actually utilizing a mind map to get thoughts quickly out of our heads onto a piece of paper to help us. Many of us have used our beautiful Toastmaster portfolios and that lined sheet of paper inside. Here's what happens when we use this. It actually stops our creativity. I call it brain freeze. Have you ever had that? Where you're trying to think and you just can't think? Here's what happens, because when we start writing our speech and we use the lines, it stops our brain from working naturally. So when we start with a blank sheet of paper instead, and then draw the mind map, it helps our right brain be creative and get things out onto the piece of paper. Whether you are creating something for your Laugh Out Loud or Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters, if you are creating a briefing, a speech contest, or need your shopping list for when you do put on the mask, the gloves, pushing the trolley through the store, that you know exactly what it is that you need to pick up when you are out there. So how we use this then, as an example, let's have some fun. Are you ready to have some fun? Grab your pen and let's get ready to go. Here's what do for tonight's session is put vitamin C in the middle of the circle. Or if you are working on a different presentation, put whatever topic that is inside the circle. Then how this works best and most naturally is to start writing at the 1 o'clock or 1300 position when your mind map is in a horizontal position, landscape. So you start by writing the first word in that area, then turn the piece of paper clockwise as you are writing on it. This is how we get thoughts out of our head. So let's say when we think about vitamin C, I think of energy. And Madam District Director, thank you very much for introducing me in the way that you did when I came online tonight. So thank you. I think of energy. I think of sunshine. What do you think of? Go ahead and unmute. And what are your words?
Orange.
Orange.
Lemon.
Orange.
Lemon.
Okay, so look, I even brought an orange for tonight's meeting.
Vegetables.
Orange and glad I knew what the theme was. Ha 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 ha. Okay, orange.
Lemon.
Lemons.
Lemon. Okay, what else?
Vegetables.
What else?
Vegetables.
Ascorbic acid.
Ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid. Yes, what else?
Guava. Food.
Guava. Food.
The amber in the signal.
Brass?
Immunity.
Immunity, or or immune, like immune, okay, immune system, immunity. Great, what else?
Amber in the signals.
Oh, amber, thank you. Okay, as in the timing lights. Yes, thank you.
Scurvy.
Scurvy, thank you.
Sunflower.
What else?
Sunflower.
Sunflower.
Oh, sunflower, thank you.
Mustard.
Mustard?
Gooseberry.
Fruit.
Gooseberry.
Gooseberry.
Amla.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit, thank you. Did you know?
Mango.
Mango, thank you.
Banana.
Fruit on tonight, boy. Okay.
Mojito.
Somebody is using mobile phone. Can they switch it off, please?
Okay, you may or may not know that strawberries have more vitamin C than oranges. Strawberries. Isn't that interesting? Pomegranates are also very high.
Avocados.
And what else?
Avocado.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
Papaya. How about mojito? How about mojitos?
Mojito?
The flower.
Mojitos, the drink?
Oh,
The lemon with mint.
Mojito. Oh, yes. We love to party, don't we?
Cocktail or mocktail? Rohaina?
So this is what we have so far. So far, this is what we have that I heard. And I'm sorry if I didn't get your word onto here. How we could use this then? If we are creating, say the Toastmaster of the meeting, number 1 or number 2, is tying in the meeting theme that you can create your opening remarks from this. So for instance, if I were to do a spin on table topics real easily, in the order in which I heard them, not changing them around at all, it might sound something like this. If you need a boost of energy, get out into the sunshine, eat some oranges and lemons because of their ascorbic acid. Oh, and guava, oh, the passion fruits, and the foods which build immunity. Watch out for the amber lights if you're coming down with scurry. You need some more energy from sunflowers or even eating mustard. Some of the fruits that are high in vitamin C include gooseberry, grapefruit, mango, strawberries, pomegranate, avocados, papaya, and toast it all off with a fresh mojito drink. Ta-da! Now, that's one way that you can use it. So let's say that you are in the evaluation contest and that you are dismissed to make your notes. It could be that instead of using a lined sheet of paper, that you actually use the mind map instead. Another way to use this is then from the original idea, start sorting out which items are in common. So for this one, it could be energy that has to do with sunshine, immunity, overcoming scurvy, all of those, and mojitos. We'll put mojitos in there with energy. And then if we wanted to do a cluster of fruits, then we have plenty here to go from. We could even build more into the immunity system and pull in more thoughts on that. And that starts creating what's called a mind map. It's mapping out things out of our brain, specifically our right side of the brain, which is where the creativity comes from. Then after we start arranging that, then we can switch to the pad of paper with the lines, because then it starts getting organized. And then you can start doing an outline or however you choose to craft your presentations. This process is so simple that you can be called on to do what's called a hot seat. Let's say that someone doesn't show up to speak at the meeting and that you give them an assignment from one of their Pathways projects that needs to be immediately spontaneous, where they choose, and it could be just like our moderator put up the vote, it could be that on-the-spot presenter impromptu gets to choose from one of 3 different topic ideas, then they have this piece of paper handy, or that you create it yourself, and you put whatever topic is that you've been assigned into the middle, and you start crafting what are some of the things that you think about, and that you take this to the lectern. If you're walking up in front of our live meeting, you can do the same thing if you're sitting there at your computer getting ready to go live online. This is very helpful. This will dramatically cut down how much time that you put into preparing a presentation. That took what, 20 seconds? Realistically, if you were to give yourself only 1 minute to do this process, you will be ahead of getting stumped from having the lined piece of paper. Many other ways that you can do it. Let's say you are self-isolating with your 5 children. Here's how you can do this, is to have each child put their name in the middle of the circle. And then on each line, you have them write down things that they love about themselves. Or what are they grateful for? Even maybe they're grateful for not going to school, I don't know. Or maybe the husband not going to work. Maybe for you that this is only temporary, so husband does go back to work, whatever that is for you. You can have a lot of fun with this. And then if you're doing this for gratitude, or put your own name in the middle of it, have some fun with that, put it up where you see it, because this will help keep you more happy, if you will. Let's see, you know, during this time where we need to have the energy, that we need to have our own mental vitamin C, that a chart like this with the things that you admire about yourself, and I would add perseverance, fortitude, and resilience to the list that you make about yourself. You can use this now to craft longer presentations. How does this apply to a 5 to 7 minute speech contest, by the way? Well, on the lower part of the handout, which you will be emailed here, I've created for you, and let's see, go ahead and do a screenshot of this if you'd like, a screenshot. So you can do, let's see, on Mac, it is Shift Command 3, I believe. So you can do a screenshot or go ahead and write it down. Opening, body, and conclusion or closing. With the opening, and there will be a percentage of time. Now that we have the mind map, we start organizing the actual message. Under opening is to grab the attention and to provide an overview. So let's start there, and I'll put this in a larger version for us. There you go. So let's start off with the opening. Out of every presentation, 10% of the overall time is dedicated to your actual opening comments. So 10%. Let's do some simple math on that. In a 7-minute speech, 10% is how long? 70 seconds, right?
70. 1 minute above.
Pardon?
Around.
In a 7-minute presentation, 10% is 70 seconds. So about a minute. and 10 seconds. During that first opening time, we need to grab their attention. Now, in Toastmasters, and I have been a member this month now for 33 years. I have learned the rules, and I know how to properly break the rules. So for instance, in our structure, we learn to say, thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Then we pause, then we jump into our opener. That's the rule. There are times to use that, especially in formal situations. In our speech contests, in our table topics, in our evaluations, and I believe in real world application, we need to immediately grab attention. With that, it could be taking something. Let's go back to our chart here for a second, and let's take the non-positive on here, and we refer to that as overcoming the negative. If we were to take scurvy and have a dramatic opening with it, would you like to learn 3 ways to learn how to avoid scurvy in your life, that you will never again come down with immune deficiencies. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and fellow members who want to stay healthy, then go back into the body of the presentation, grab their attention. One of my favorite openers, and there's 26 different ones, by the way, that I like to grab attention by asking questions. In our moderator's introduction for me now, he opened up with 3 questions, which create a pattern interrupt, bring you present, invite you to pay attention, and gives you reason why you would want to listen. So that's one way to grab attention. So 10% of your entire time, whatever that might be, is going to be dedicated to the opening. During that opening, you may also give an overview, especially in presentations at work, of what your presentation is going to cover. And that's where you do a segue phrase where in this presentation, you will learn 3 ways to this, this, and this. The body of the presentation accounts for 80% of your time. 80% of that 7 minutes goes to what your 3 main points are and any supporting information for it. So of the 80% on our mind map, that would be where we cover where do we get more energy, going into the areas of food, how else can we boost the immune system? That's where I would go with the content of the presentation for this particular theme. Then the closing percentage matches the first. It is going to be 10% of your overall time. Let's see, 10, there we go, 10%. So with the closing, then you want to summarize what your points are. In Toastmasters, we learn this as the tell them what you're going to tell them for the opening. Then you actually tell them which are your points. And then you tell them what you told them in the closing. That is the summary points. So now basically you have 1 minute to open, 1 minute to close, and 5 minutes for the body of the presentation. That's the formula of how it all comes together. So let's take a closer look at closing then. In the closing where we summarize, then we go back to our points. We tell them what we told them. Then here's my concept, because when we prepare a presentation, this is a paradigm shifter. Instead of starting with the line sheet of paper and forcing our brain to do something it does not want to do, we start with the mind map. As we start putting it together, here's the concept. Begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind of how are you going to end the presentation. A good example of that in a speech contest would be, what is the challenge that we give to our listeners? How are we going to impact their lives? What words of encouragement do we provide them? So instead of crafting the presentation, oh, and this is even more difficult, is to start with the title of the presentation, because my tip here is do not start with the title of the presentation. Do not even title it yet until this process has been done. And here's why. If we start with the title, we're stuck to it, and everything else may be even more difficult to create. Instead, begin with the end in mind. How are you going to conclude the presentation? What is the purpose of this message? What is your objective? Then you build backward from the closing up into the body, because what needs to support that in order to end where you're going to end? Only include relevant points, case studies, quotations, documentation, facts, statistics, details, fun stories, humorous stories as they relate to where you're going with the closing. Then you finish up crafting the opening of the presentation last. You present it top down, but how you craft it is bottom up. And here's what I mean by circle back. whatever you do for the closing, whatever you do from the closing, it circles back to how you opened. So if our presentation opened with energy regarding vitamin C, then we would circle back from the conclusion of the presentation back up to the opening. So for instance, something that we could have fun crafting is, okay, if we really want to boost our energy and our immune system, then we want to grab those fresh lemons and limes and create a mojito so that when we are out there in the sunshine, that we're having more energy. And that could, however you want to craft a conclusion to that. Begin with the end in mind. Craft it bottom up, yet when you present it, it is top down. Tie in the conclusion of the presentation into how you started the presentation. And here's the magic. Remember what I said? Not to start with the title of the presentation? No. As you are working with everything here and from your presentation, I believe magic happens, that the title appears. It could be something that is brilliant. It could be your main callback line. It could be what's the phrase that you say 3 times in your message, and that becomes the title. Yet we also want to be careful not to give our presentation away, especially in speech contests. You want to create a little bit more of a teaser. So a couple things that I can share with you as we're looking at vitamin C for our theme tonight is, yes, remember to eat plenty of oranges. But if you eat too many oranges, the ascorbic acid overwhelms the system, which causes diarrhea, which means you're going to need this. And next time you go shopping, make sure to wear your facial masks. And here's the one I recommend. It's been my pleasure to serve you tonight. Back to you, Mr. Moderator. Let's have vitamin C in our lives and plenty of energy.
Thank you very much, DTM Cheryl Roche. Let's give a big applause to our keynote speaker. Thank you very much. Toastmasters from worldwide, we thank DTM Cheryl. And I would like to really apologize. I missed one part. We have advanced keynote speech before the moderator session, which is a comedy session. So now let me first apologize and ask our Ola Rashid do the honor. DTM Ola, I really apologize. I did not see it because over excitement, I gave away to the next session. So now to DTM Ola Rashid to present stand-up comedy session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Toastmaster, you are got 15 minutes time, DTM, and let me ask our timer, please.
I will.
Timer, DTM.
15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dita and Marley. Good evening, everyone, again. So today, we usually in LOL, we do have a video for one of the famous stand-up comedians, whether we know them or we don't know them. It depends if you love stand-up comedy and to watch it. And usually when we do have that video, we just telecast it, view it for everyone. And we do have 2 teams. One team will be it's an evaluation. We do an evaluation for that stand-up comedian. We will have people who will tell us the good points in that speaker or comedian, and the other team will tell what the areas that comedian can really enhance in him or herself. So before we start, I would like to know who would like to be, I need to have a 5 for the evaluators who will tell me the positive points in the comedian, and I need 5. Well, tell me the areas that comedian need to improve. So who would like to participate? Raise your hand if you would like to participate. Otherwise, okay, Ruhaina, so you would like to be in which? You want to be positive points? Positive points.
Negative point.
Negative, okay. Areas to improve.
Areas to improve.
Okay, so if anyone will unmute him or herself, please, when you are done, just unmute yourself so we'll avoid a distraction of any unnecessary noises. So we do have Ruhaina. Who's else?
Negative points, Rajit.
Oh, sorry?
Toastmaster Rajit. I will be in the second section.
The good points. Rajit?
Rajit,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, we have Tabassum. You want in which one?
The improvement, the negative points.
Improvement. Okay. And who's else? Let's do it faster.
Me,
Deepak.
Sheikh Bashir. Sheikh Bashir.
Sheikh Bashir, you want in which one?
A positive point.
Let's
Positive.
encourage our guests.
Can you?
We have many guests. We have
Ola, is there
Sarah
anything left?
Khan,
Please,
Rashid Mahmood.
host, would you please unmute everyone? Because it's got like everyone is just.
DTM Ola,
Yeah,
please give role to people who have not taken roles.
it's okay. We will
Yeah,
see
this
now.
is
No
very
problem.
Yeah,
Okay, who's else?
Is there anything?
Let's do it
Ola, this
faster.
is Jeffin here. Is there anything left?
Jeffen? Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything left?
Yeah, still.
What is
Jeffen.
left? I mean, for what?
Which one? You have like 2. Like, you want it to be a
Which is it? I can't hear. Which is it?
points or the areas to improve?
I guess
Jeffen?
the areas to improve.
Okay. So who would like
Areas
to
to
be
improve.
there? Patricia, would you like to join? Patricia, can you hear me? Okay, Patricia, she's not. So who would like to? Okay,
Rashid Mahmood.
he's there. Who's there? Okay, so now let's just to save some time. It's a bit not easier to do it as we do it in the physical meeting. To do it all night, it's a bit, like to search for the people and who would like to be there, who wouldn't like to be there, but it's okay, no problem. Now the video that we do have, but before we start, co-host Alan or Faisal, would you please mute everyone? Faisal, Alan.
I'm
Faisal, are
available
you
for any
there?
role. I think areas of improvement would be better for me.
Alan,
Yeah.
okay. So Alan, as a co-host, would you please mute everyone
Done.
except me?
Unmute or mute?
Mute them all.
It's done.
Okay, thank you so much, Alan. Now it's a time. Faisal, is the video ready? Can you share your screen? TM Faisal, would you share your screen?
TM Ola.
Yes.
Is the 15 minutes for the show or for the participants? The segment is.
Now the video I have here with me. Just a minute. I think with the video.
Okay, how about the suggestion?
Please, is it possible to unmute everyone because still I can hear noises?
Somebody is cooking.
Okay. So Faisal, would you please share the video with us before introducing our comedian for tonight? Great. So our comedian, before we start this video, I will give a small introduction about him. His name is Sean Reynolds. He presents a clean comedy. I don't know how comedy will be clean. It won't be interesting, but let's see. Who has performed at many church and corporate events. He is from Lexington, Kentucky, and a father of 6 kids. He's so busy person, and I'm sure in quarantine he will be busier. He is the winner of 2017 in the Funniest Comic East of the Mississippi contest. So please, let's watch his stand-up comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Reynolds. Faisal?
Faisal, we can't hear you.
Faisal,
Volume, please.
I was traveling through Michigan, had to use the bathroom, so I stopped at a
We can hear now, Faisal. Please continue.
Speedway gas station, and I realized that's my first mistake, and I own that. And it's a one-person bathroom. Don't worry, this isn't gross. It's a one-person bathroom, which, you know, it's just the sink and the toilet and the hand. You've been in the bathroom, you know. And I popped open the door, and boom, there was a man sitting on the pot reading the paper. Not happy to see me, and he yelled at me. He goes, "Someone's in here." I go, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. I felt terrible. Felt awkward." And the longer I stood there, I'm like, I apologize. I didn't do anything wrong. This is not okay. So obviously, I had to stick my head back in there and go, "Just so you know, sir, this was on you. You did this to me. I didn't ask for any of this. Lock it up." And who reads the paper anymore? Get out your phone and play Candy Crush like an adult. It's interesting what he said to me, though. I realized this later on. Someone's in here. I realized this: the bathroom is the only place and the only room in the house where we do not refer to ourselves in the first person. Have you ever realized that? Any other room. Who's in the basement? I'm in the basement. I'm in the kitchen. I'm in bed reading a book. But if it's the bathroom, someone is in here. I'm not saying it's me. I'm not saying it's not me. It's someone. We get in there and we think we are in the witness protection program. I got mad at the guy at Speedway, though, because of how he said it, right? He yelled at me, "Someone's in here," as if I had shimmied the lock and kicked in the door. You got room for one more? Scooch your nooch. I didn't do that. Someone's in here. Oh, I know. You know, I'd like to have found that out. But walking up to a door that was locked. Call me old-fashioned, as opposed to your method, sir, which is just telling all of us one at a time, face-to-face, with your pants around your ankles. Your method is no good, sir. Guys, I told my mom about this. She sided with him. She goes, you should have knocked first. Wrong. Because the bathroom is also the one place where we do not properly respond to a knock, do we? We've all been in the bathroom or a bathroom stall. What do we do when somebody knocks? Oh, I hope that lock's gonna hold. You can't reach it because you're in the handicap stall. Just, oh, that is the rickety lock right there, boy. Eventually, the person on the other side of the door puts an end to the whole thing by making good use of that little gap they've left between the side panel and the door. They drop that eyeball in on you.
Okay, I would like to ask from the host, please, Toastmaster Faisal, let's stop the video because it's not clear. No one is able to hear anything. And let's move on to the next session. Maybe this session will not work in this meeting. So can we move forward to the next session, please?
The problem is we get in there, we don't know what to say, do we? Sometimes we yell this out. Occupied. What? How did old World War II terminology fit into this equation? Here's what I do. I do it every time you can do it, it works. Whenever I'm in there and somebody just keeps banging on the door, pulling on that handle, I just yell out, it's hot, ready!
Faisal, please host.
Faisal Jamil, can you switch off this one?
Can we take off this video? Unfortunately, it's not working. I know the connection sometimes is really like not working really very well. In the physical meeting, it's much, more interesting, and we have better connectivity where we have an audience in front of us. So, but thank you so much for having me, and back to the Toastmaster of the day, DTM Marley Manor.
Thank you very much, DTM Ola Rashid. Big applause to her. Toastmasters. Now we are going to one of the most important session from where we'll learn a lot. This is called evaluation session. To do this session, let me invite our 2018-2019 District 20 Public Relationship Manager, DTM Naseema Khan. DTM Naseema.
Thank you, DTM Murli.
Thank you.
Evening once again, everyone. As we are a bit behind the schedule, so let me just start with directly the evaluation session. And to start, we have DTM Arish, who will be evaluating Toastmasters Ellen's speech. Over to you, DTM Arish.
Thank you, DTM Naseema. And I believe timer should note that my time is 2 to 3 minutes as a normal evaluation. And first of all, I want to congratulate you, DTM to be Toastmaster Ellen Paul, with this amazing speech you have delivered from Reflect on Your Path. We have learned a lot from you in your speech today. You explained the project level by level very clearly and very understandable to everyone. And now I am excited that I want to try this path pathway, which is engaging humor. And to be honest, I was very scared from it. But after you explained it and the way how you mentioned it, it was really, really helpful and amazing. Few things I noticed that you have a lot of stories about what happened to you from the beginning of your journey in Toastmasters till this moment. About you explained about a lot of your mentors who helped you during this journey, how you started learning more about humorous, about stand-up comedy, about speeches, and it was really clearly very well structured and amazing speech you have delivered to us. What I can say also that you had, of course, a clear voice. We don't have stage movements. We don't have all these things from the online meetings, but we could relate with you and we could understand very well what you were saying and how you were saying it. One thing only that I noticed, maybe you can take it away from your speeches, the online speeches, since we have a lot of people from all around the world, not only in Kuwait. So you can skip mentioning venues like ACK or this place or this place. You can skip this because not everyone will understand what you are saying. So other than that, I really enjoyed your speech and I am really excited for you with your next speeches and next part because I do love all the speeches you deliver. And I am now excited that I want to start your pathway engaging humors. So thank you so much. Thank you. And back to you, General Evaluator, DTM Nasima. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Arich, for that detailed evaluation. Let me call upon the next evaluator, that is Toastmaster Deepak Bindal, to evaluate the stand-up comedians. Over to you, Deepak.
Thank you, Nasima. If you can just confirm my timing, please.
Yes, please. Your timing is 3 to 4 minutes, 3 green, 3.5 yellow, 4 red. I hope timer got...
4 to
Sorry?
5 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes. Okay, all right. That was as per agenda, but the time as mentioned just now, it will be 4 to 5 minutes, 4 green, 4.5 yellow, and 5 minutes red. Timer, I hope you got the timing.
Okay, hello everyone, and especially to Bashir, Tabassum, and Ariz. Stand-up comedy. The good thing was all three of you selected the same theme of coronavirus, which is very timely and very apt. So it became like a continuance of the stand-up comedy series. Bashir, you have a very unique accent, which is very humorous, and I always like. It's very unique in a way that it distinguishes you from others and it brings laugh. So that is very good thing you should capitalize on. However, what I noted that you need some more confidence and energy. Be confident that your jokes will work. If you have a doubt, then that energy will not come and the audience will not be able to enjoy. You have to enjoy first so that the audience can enjoy along with you. Second thing, you had few separate stories which the humor came towards the end of the story. You have to build humor along the story in each and every line. Build upon that. When you are in some story, try to bring some add-on humor within that same story instead of moving from one story to another. Otherwise, we have to build up a story to bring a humor. And you can twist and bring a lot of humor in that. Like also, when you are giving stand-up comedy, you have to interact with your audience. Like when you brought another lady, assuming that as your wife, and you mentioned that she was beautiful, you could have mentioned, I know a lot of people in the audience might be feeling jealous of me. like this, you have to tease your audience, talk to them. Then it will be interactive. Stand-up comedy is all about interacting with the audience, which are the positive points for Tabassum and Aris. Both of them were talking to audience who were there. They were teasing them and laughing along with the jokes and having fun. So Tabassum, your good points were you were talking to the audience. You build up upon the same concept, like when you had cooking as one of the object or action in your speech, there were a lot of related jokes related to cooking. So each line itself was a joke. So you were linking very well from one point to another. Aris also was good in talking to the audience, good energy, good facial expression, and she brought humor by twisting things like all of us have corona. That was like a shock and surprise. Suddenly my attention got grabbed. I started to call 112 to come and test me. But then she explained there are side effects like running, speaking and all. So it was good fun. So all three of you and all the audience, my message, enjoy, have confidence and try it out. If you will have if you are enjoying, then the energy will come. That's the message I would like to give, and I've learned, and I will appreciate if all of us can learn. Thank you. Over to you, Naseema.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for that wonderful evaluation. I'm sure it's not only the stand-up comedian, but we all have learned a lot from this feedback. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak. And now moving on to Journal Evaluators report. Yes, now my report is full of good points and some recommendation that if we let me first congratulate both the clubs Cat and LOL for having this fabulous, lively, enthusiastic meeting. This is the very first time I am part of LOL, and after quite some time I'm attending Cat's meeting, and I must say that I have invested time in this meeting. So let's dive into the report. The meeting was started sharp at 6:30. I was really happy to see that even the virtual meeting has started on time. That's a good thing. TMOD, the very first role player, TMOD, has kept her script short and crisp so that the in virtual it's not easy to keep in touch and connected with the speaker for a long time. But the way she has delivered the beginning speech, the TMOD speech was very nice, apt to the theme as well as serving the purpose of TMOD. Then first speech came, a comedian. They made us laugh, enjoy the meeting. And of course, the special session by DTM Roche, it was amazing. I enjoyed thoroughly. I'm sure all the members, and I could read the feedback, the way she was getting the feedback, it was wow, we all had learned something from this meeting today in this last 2 hours. Also, the TMOD has taken a very good call of skipping the table topic because nothing is as important as time. That was another good thing I felt that that needed for this meeting. Now let's move on to the suggestions, recommendation that we can do in our future meeting. To start with, I felt that in the beginning, it started very well, the lively enthusiasm was there, but there was not complete organization between both the team XCOM, both the clubs XCOM. So they were thinking who will talk next, who will talk next. Here we were wasting time. So if it could have been organized well, we could have saved lots of time. Another thing, now in virtual meeting, we see that there are so many guest dignitaries which are joining the meeting. So we can keep that introduction towards the end, so our meeting will go as per the agenda. Also, when we are introducing any dignitaries, let's have their name clear, their designation clear, and go in hierarchy from the from the low level to the higher, or from up to down. That would help us to give a professional look for our virtual Toastmasters meeting. Also, this is for our speakers. If we can avoid, we are sitting from the comfort, we are attending meeting from the comfort from our home. So if we have a decent background, because I felt that couple of the background were distracting, especially for the speaker, if that speaker was looking at you. Table topic was skipped. That was a good point. If we could have skipped the another visual comedy session, we could have saved 10 minutes there. Even then, we could have catch up with the time, because DTM Shirley didn't utilize her 30 minutes completely. So there we saved, but we wasted again 10 minutes for the comedian video session. Otherwise, I felt the meeting went really well. There was lots of learning for all the speakers, whoever attended this meeting. We had time to laugh, connect with members, just glitches here and there, work on our timings, organize a bit more. Then we are good to go. Thank you so much for having me as your GE. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Wafa.
Okay, thank you, DTM Nasima. It is me. We had a great session. I would love to give away the floor back to the presidents. Over to Dr. DTM Makhlouf and Toastmaster Rohaina.
Hi, good evening once again. I think Dr. Makhlouf has left, and just me as the president here, I would like to.
As the VP Education, I will be in his place with
Great,
you.
excellent. That will be nice. Thank you.
Marley, can you please mute your phone or your other camera?
Okay.
On behalf of CAT, I would like to thank all the dignitaries and all the guests who have attended. It's going to be difficult to take, a feedback from each and every one of you. But on the chat, I would love to see and read. So please do put in a word or two. Coming to the other part of it, the winner, I think, Arich, you can continue and you can announce.
Can we have, did we have a voting for the best evaluator? Actually, we have only 2 evaluators. Did we have any voting for this?
No.
What about table topic?
Actually, Tabassum, because it's already like we're going out of time, so we will cancel the table topic as we were saying in the beginning. If Toastmaster Rohaina, if this is okay.
It's fine, because we already give short 5 minutes. It's fine.
Yes. So we can take the remaining of the reports, and I believe we did only voting for the stand-up comedian. So if the host can show us the results.
Faisal, can you please do a poll for the 2 evaluators? Thank you.
Just
Okay, are we done or?
Are we done? Faisal, can you please let us know it's done?
Yes, Reed, go ahead. You're done.
Okay, can we have the results? Can you please you announce the results? Toastmaster Faisal, AD Faisal.
Could you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So I'll share the results for the best speaker.
We would
Best
like to have you to announce the winners, please.
All right. So the best speaker for today's meeting is Toastmaster Tabassum.
Well, the best speaker is Alan Paul. Best stand-up comedian is Tabassum.
Yeah, best. Best comedian. All
Thank
right.
you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for waiting. Thank you, thank
You're
you.
becoming a comedy king, queen.
Yeah, thank you for your support.
All right. We will move to the second best, which is best evaluator. Best evaluator is with the 82% Toastmaster Deepak Bindal.
Congratulations to Tabassum, Alan, and Deepak. Raina?
Yes, congratulations again to our best comedian and best evaluator. So let's wind up this meeting. Arij, do you have anything to add?
I would like to invite you to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club meeting, which is going to be on 13th of April. Hopefully, I think it will be also online, right? See, I'm going
Yes.
announce to your meeting and you announce to our meeting.
Yes, I have actually heard that we cannot have any physical meetings till the 30th of May. So our next meeting definitely will be online. And again, the LOL meeting will be on the 20th of April. 6th, sorry. 6th
No,
comes before that.
before that.
6th of April. I'm so sorry. 6th of April. So I look forward to having you all who have been here and invite more guests and more Toastmasters.
And if Morley, 1 second. If anyone like to have to deliver a stand-up comedy, you are welcome to contact me as the VB Education of Laugh Out Loud. Yes, Morley.
Yeah, we are going to have for our next CAT meeting also one keynote speaker. The talks are going on. We have finalized a person and we will confirm it in the days to come.
Oh, great. So CAT is also going to be having a lovely meeting and we look forward to have a lovely meeting at LOL too. 6th is next week. So see you all over there. Goodbye from
Thank
CAT.
you all. Thank you all for coming and
so
joining.
much.
And,
Thank you.
Have a great day and be safe. Stay home.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have wonderful 20 members are still logged in. Thank you so much around the
Bye.
world.
Good night. Thank you very much for coming. That's
You want to have feedback from guests?
Thank you very much.
Let's have some feedback.
I couldn't really hear you for a lot of time. It seems that people had more than one microphone and then it was all going like this. And sometimes it was good and then it suddenly went and it was good again. Don't know what it was.
Moderator, we can close the meeting, please.
No, do you want to take feedback from guests around the world? Anyone wants to say anything before we close? Let's have feedback.
Toastmaster Murli, if you are still here, you can ask for feedback from the people. Beatrice was also saying something about the voice.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Murli Toastmaster Beatrice Freeman would like to say something. Murli's voice is getting disconnected.
Give the feedback, please. Yes, Toastmaster Beatrice.
I want to say thank you for the meeting.
Okay, Beatrice,
Problems with the sound. I don't know why it is so.
Yes.
I couldn't hear a lot of it. I couldn't hear it because so many people were talking on top of each other, and it was all. I don't know why, but otherwise, very good meeting.
Yeah, thank you so much, Beatrice. If you were not able to listen sometime because we were almost more than 50 participants, and once everyone will be open the camera, we lose our connection sometime and the low bandwidth. So we try to keep their camera off, and we ask them to please open your mic and close your mic once you're done with speaking. But still, many people, if the many people, they will open the camera, we will lose the bandwidth. And everyone at the evening time, let's say they are connected with each other nowadays. So that could be one of the reasons.
Understood. Well,
thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining, by the way.
Thanks, bye.
Can we have feedback from Toastmaster Iman?
Abhishek.
Hi, ma'am. This is Abhishek.
Abhishek is speaking.
This is from Guntur Toastmaster. I'm so happy to hear this today. I learned a very good tip and a beautiful speech and a stand-up comedy. I really loved your session, ma'am. And everything is fine. I want to hear more from these Toastmasters, ma'am.
Join us anytime.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We can allow Nirjor Hassan. Would you like to say something?
Abhishek, you're from Guntur Toastmaster?
Yes, sir. I'm from Guntur.
Okay, we have Iman. Iman would like to say something. Iman?
Hello, I just want to say hi from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I heard a lot about your meeting. I think
thank you so much.
Poster and have beautiful energy. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any ladies would like to join us? I'm the president of UAE Ladies Toastmaster Club. So anybody would like to connect, we can speak after. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You can post your meeting details and we can join you sometime. Thank you.
Sure, I will write the WhatsApp.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Nazrul Islam, would you like to speak something?
Yes.
I believe he is not able to listen or speak.
Okay. Connie. Hello, Connie. Nice to see you again. All the way from Connie. Can you hear me? Hello. Nice to see you again. Welcome.
Hi.
Connie, you just missed our meeting.
Oh.
Yeah, we are almost done and we are just saying bye. But nice if you would have come a little earlier. But we'll be posting more ads on our next meeting. Please join us.
Just came back from work.
Ah, okay, working still.
Yeah.
Connie, you're from where? New Zealand, Amsterdam, which place you're from?
I'm from Amsterdam. Holland.
Amsterdam, yes, all the way from Holland, Amsterdam. Thank you for connecting with us.
I hope we are good to go now. Thank you so much for joining the meeting.
Thank you so much. Bye all.
Bye.